Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is actually my Zelda channel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my own Zelda theory and why I thought it was odd that the hero from 10,000 years ago didn't actually look too much like Link, and that it could be Ganondorf, but we can also link up why it would be Link. So let's move along. Taking a look back at the tapestry from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Also, you can see it in the back of Impa's room behind her in Sheikah Village. We noticed that the hero from 10,000 years ago has an odd red flaming hair, which is very reminiscent of Ganondorf, especially from Hyrule Warriors, or whichever depiction they want to go with this route if it is Ganondorf. I probably was one of the few people that thought, hey, why doesn't that look like Link? And rather it looks more like Ganondorf for some odd reason. And I have multiple reasons as to why I think that that looks like Ganondorf and not Link. Like I said before, most notably the red hair. And Ganondorf also has facial hair, which makes it look even more like the main. Therefore, in the ancient art style that this tapestry is going for, I guess they pronounce the red very much so. I know you're all asking, well then why was the hero from 10,000 years ago Ganondorf fighting Calamity Ganon? Well, there's a lot of reasons why you can have multiple spirits in one single shell. While we do know in Skyward Sword Demise had offered the curse to be forever reincarnated, well, what if at one point you were reincarnated, you got fed up with it, and you wanted to dismiss this curse and fight against it? I mean, we also see in Wind Waker that Ganondorf is more of a sad, chaotic figure that just is depressed about what is going on with his life, and he's just done with it all. And he doesn't even really hurt Zelda so much. He actually has her in bed and takes care of her. On the tapestry, you can clearly tell that Zelda looks like the past counterpart of Zelda. You can clearly tell that that's Zelda. As for Link's case, you can't really tell. It's hard to tell. We all know that the new Breath of the Wild sequel trailer had just came on yesterday from the E3 Direct and offered me a lot of more questionable assets as to why this could be Ganondorf, and that Ganondorf was originally a good guy and that his demise soul was actually separating from his mummy somehow. So you can totally take this with a grain of salt, call it an alternate universe or a fan fiction story, whichever you want to do, but I will also be talking about the pointers why the tapestry is Link also. In the tapestry, you notice that on the hand there's actually a golden hand, which makes me think of this ghost-like golden hand. And not only that, but the fact that he's wearing gold bangles on his hand. Ganondorf in Hyrule Warriors has the golden gauntlets. Gold is a Gerudo type symbol. Ganondorf was clearly depicted on the walls in the trailer with his trident. It could be at one point that Ganondorf was the champion of Din, whereas Link and Zelda were the other two. In the trailer, we notice a lot of green and blue, a lot of spiritual relations, the luminous stones that are said to be containments of souls, which we also see a lot around the fallen champions. Calamity Ganon, the scourge of Hyrule Castle, his skin tone is all a reddish black mess. It's all a reddish black mess on his skin, and we know, like I said before, Ganon has red hair. Looking back on the tapestry, it looks as if his clothing was a blue tone, which makes me think of these spirits, makes me think of the champion's tunic even. And it's not just blue either, it's also a green tone, which we are seeing around Ganondorf as a mummy in this new trailer, and it makes me think of a whole bunch of different possibilities. But I always remembered Ganon had a bluish green tone, and you can see he clearly has a red cape and red long hair. Could Ganondorf be actually trying to fight his own curse since 10,000 years ago, using his own body, sacrificing it to try and control Demise, the very thing that strives and drives this whole curse, forcing him to be evil? He doesn't want to be evil. Now let's talk about the sword design in the tapestry. To me, that doesn't look like the Master Sword. To me, that looks like Beast Pig Ganon's swords from Ocarina of Time. It really does. I can't get that out of my head. The design does not look like the Master Sword to me. Now, like I said, this could be clearly over speculation. Everything could link up in some odd manner. But that thing looks like Beast Pig Ganon fighting Demise. And that Demise wants to be a part of Ganondorf. That Ganondorf is fighting his evil spirit. All credit goes to Blue Amnesiac for DeviantArt for that Beast Ganon sword. We can also think about the hero shades. Zelphos are always depicted as evil. They have red eyes. This mummified Ganondorf is overflowing with malice and red eyes, but we can also see that the malice is leaving the body in a piercing spot that had happened possibly from Twilight Princess. Now we know in Wind Waker, Redeads have a bluish green undertone. That also thinks of the mummified monks. You know, the monks as well as this mummified Ganondorf has a lot of things in common, actually. The gold bangles, bluish tone in the skin. Again, this is my own theory. It doesn't have to be correct. I just link it up like that in my head. Now, as to the reason why that's a link in the picture, I have no fucking idea why. I really don't, because it's red hair. The depiction of Zelda has blonde hair. Link has dirty blonde hair. Why wouldn't they make it short, dirty blonde hair? Unless Link magically fuses with Ganondorf or something happens. I don't know. But that looks like Pig Demon Ganon fighting Demise, his evil counterpart. That's just me. As why, again, as it could be Link, it could just be because, yes, it is because I think it is, kind of thing. Yes, Nintendo says it is because it is. You know what I mean? But in all seriousness, if we did try to link up the picture with Link, it's because it's wearing blue and the Master Sword's blue. I don't know. And because that gold hand thingy might have something to do with Link in his past life? I don't know. But that poster, that picture was from 10,000 years ago. We gotta think about that too. One last bit about the whole Gerudo symbolic lettering with the green aura. Now we know that green represents stamina. It represents furor. It represents life. Bringing back life into this mummy. You know, it's definitely coming some sort of energy of bringing back the dead. We have blue for Nairu, that's technology, that's law to the land. We have red, that's hot, fire. A lot of red representation of power belongs to Ganondorf, which he could have been Din's champion at one point. And it all makes sense, especially if you watch the Ocarina of Time, that they explain the laws of the land, the earth, creations, bringing life from the three goddesses. Again, that's my own theory. Thank you for watching. There definitely will be a lot more crazy theories on my end, and if you'd like to keep watching them, go ahead and subscribe. If not, that's totally fine with me. Y'all have a blessed day.